There's a very important concept that you have to understand if you're worrying about saying the wrong things when you're trying to have an interesting conversation. And I'll tell you why you need it right now. If you know how to use this, then you'll understand why comedians get away with so much when they talk about really controversial topics. And this is due to tonality. This is because if you can control what you say and do in a humorous and light tone, the people will assume that you have good intentions and cut you more slack.
I'm a Yankees fan.
If you talk in a more relaxed and playful tone, it gives you more room for mistakes. Because humor is all about exaggerating and sarcasm.
I have done every single escape room in Los Angeles, so we're now Santa Clarita.
Are you preparing for like the zombies to take over?
Well, here's the problem.
In a way, having a very stiff tone, it gives you more potential to be more off-putting. If you like what you're seeing so far, hit that like button. But there's another very effective way to be interesting while avoiding offending other people. And movies are a perfect demonstration of this concept. And this is presenting in stories instead of arguments.
What is it that you hate about pizza?
Okay, I'll tell you. I had it every day for a year,
Okay.
possibly more. And I think that anytime you have, it was too much because we were so poor.
In every story or movie, there is a more indirect message that it wants the viewer to understand. It can be the family is important, or universal health care should be for everyone. But because it's indirect, the viewer always gets to decide their own opinions in the end.
People took up baking and knitting, and I deep dived into crypto and NFTs. And I'll tell you why, like all jokes aside, is because it made me nervous.
By sharing opinions in the form of a story, you avoid direct confrontation with the other person because you're not imposing your view onto the other person. And you can do this also in a very interesting way. But something else a lot of people forget about because they're so focused and passionate about the things that they want to say, and it really turns other people off, is that they're being way too niche in their language. If people can't understand your interesting story because of the big words that you use, then it really doesn't matter.
And then I decided to deep dive into NFTs. And so through the pandemic, created a piece of, a form of entertainment called stoner.
Did you notice Mila's quick switch in words?
A form of entertainment called stoner.
That's to make sure that everyone with all backgrounds can understand what she is saying.
People are super generous at donating. So there's tons and tons of warehouses full of blankets, but getting it from point A to B is always difficult. And so
when you hear someone use a bunch of big words, it might feel like they know a lot, but there's also that slight feeling of condescension, and we don't want that. Explain what you say in a casual language if possible. However, you also want to pay attention to this last point because this is the overarching unspoken rule that you have to understand for everything to work. And this is boundary awareness. Notice how Mila is crafting her response because she understands that she is getting close to some of the people's boundaries.
I'm a mother, so I'm respectful of children. And if there's a child next to me, I will not yell profanities. But if there's no such...
And also talking in a way that's more focused on my personal experience, rather than generalizing things for other people. That's also usually a much safer bet.
I think being an immigrant and understanding what the simple aspect of opportunity is gave me a sense of appreciation for just, thank you so much for even allowing me to sit here.
So when you're listening to other people, pay close attention to which boundaries are more sensitive for them and tread more carefully in those areas. I'd love to know what you guys think in the comments. This is a pretty interesting topic, I think. But if you want more of my other videos, they will appear.